Welcome to the committee, Commissioner. Please introduce yourself and go ahead with your testimony.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members. My name is Paul Schnell, Commissioner for the Minnesota Department of Corrections, here today to speak in support of House File 14. In my life, prior to serving as Commissioner, I was a police officer for 27 years and a police chief for 9 of those years. And I've had the opportunity as a police chief to testify before this committee many times with regard to proposals related to common sense gun laws. And my support for this proposal remains steadfast. I want to first acknowledge that we know that any strategy to address the lethal intersection between guns and issues like mental illness should focus on a variety of factors. And we recognize that the vast majority of people with mental health problems will never engage in violence, first and foremost. And that mental health concerns such as depression are strongly implicated in issues of suicide, which we know accounts for more than half of all gun fatalities annually. We know also that many people do go about the process of purchasing guns through licensed dealers. But we also know that many transfers occur through private sales that are not regulated, and there is no background check, and that is a fundamental and core concern. And having served as a police chief and being in the position of responding to a helpless family who only after a tragedy, when their son took their life after purchasing a gun from a private party without any level of background check, that would have been stopped had a background check or the permit process occurred, is important. And I've heard all the arguments that if it wasn't a gun, that person could have used something else. And that may be true enough, but it was not the circumstance in this case. And I can tell you without equivocation that such a response would mean very little to that family whose son took their life while using that gun he purchased through a private party transfer. Providing this tool simply makes sense. It provides levels of mechanisms for due process, and I urge you to support House File 14. Thank you.
Thank you.